Hello and welcome to Harvey P Watches. As always, thank you to those who have liked and subscribed to my videos. I really appreciate it. Please keep liking the videos if you would like some more watches. For those of you who know my dad, you'll know that he enjoys writing, and these are just a few of the books he's written. For those who don't know him, his name is Elvis Payne, and he enjoys writing. These are just a few of the books he's written. My dad also loves anything to do with time travel, and about 20 years ago he started to write a story about a man who could travel through time using his watch. My dad even asked a friend of his to create an image of a watch that could be used as a time travel device in his story. Everyone laughed, as mobile phones were just starting to become popular and people thought watches would soon die out, as everyone would use their phones for telling the time. The story never got finished, and so when my dad saw the watch we are featuring in today's episode, he just had to buy it. This is a Think Geek Flux Capacitor watch from 2014, the flux capacitor being the main component that powered the famous DeLorean time machine in the Back to the Future movies from 1985 to 1990. The watch isn't your usual watch and is essentially a gadget for geeks, like my dad. It is certainly an unusual looking watch. When new, the watch would cost around £29.95, although these days they seem to be getting rare and you could pay 4 or 5 times that amount. Inside the watch is a large Chinese module, especially made for this watch, that is powered by a large CR2032 battery. So let's take a closer look at the watch. The watch is a very large beast, measuring around 35mm across and 50mm lug to lug, and a whopping 18mm thick. Despite its size, it is fairly lightweight, coming in at 154 grams. The watch has a stainless steel case that has 3 buttons on the right hand side and a large polished stainless steel strap that tapers down to around 25mm. The back of the watch again has a stainless steel cover and details the watch is made under license to Universal Studios, who own the Back to the Future trademarks. The watch does not have a traditional watch face or even a digital face. It instead has a large window with a miniature flux capacitor below it. For those familiar with the Back to the Future films, you'll recognise straight away that this is designed on the case that holds the flux capacitor in the DeLorean. Below the flux capacitor, at the end of the watch, is a small LED display showing the letters in red. This again is taken from the Back to the Future movies, and when the watch is used for time travel, yes, it really does travel through time, this panel displays the year, the month and the day that you have travelled to. Before we try that, let's look at the basics of the watch. Pressing the top button on the right allows you to set the time of the watch via the LCD panel at the bottom. The bottom left button tells you the time. It does this like a watch with a binary display by flashing a series of light which gives you the hour and then the minutes in tens and ones. The flux capacitor is made up of 3 sections, each with 4 lights. So if we press the bottom button, the time is 9:55. How could I tell? Well, we play this again, and you will see that the watch illuminates. 9 lights on, which is 9 AM, 5 lights on, which is 50, 5 lights on, which is 5, so it's 9:55. The lights flash again in the same sequence to confirm the time, 9:55. If you're wondering how the watch shows 0, it is shown with all 12 lights being on. Whilst the time is being displayed, the date is also displayed in red in the end panel. So now on to the exciting bit. Does the watch really allow you to travel through time, I hear you ask? The flux capacitor, thus time travel, is activated by pressing the middle button. The flux capacitor then starts to flux, and the sub-display at the end of the watch displays your time destination. The only issue is that you can't actually set a time destination in the watch, and so you randomly bounce from one time zone to another. So if, for example, I activated the watch, it fluxes and comes up with a random date 2 months from now. It's rubbish though, as here we are and nothing seems to have happened. Dad? The watch always seems to pick a date within a 200-year period from the 19 and 2000s, so it's limited as to what points in time you can travel to. Also, you can't time travel at night, as well as you can see the flux capacitor in the dark, you can't see the time destination. That said, I discovered a secret. If you use a sonic screwdriver that I borrowed from another time traveller, it seems to have a very strange effect on the watch. Oops, that might not have been a good idea. So now it's showing 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. What the? That's cold. Oh, that's good. Ah! We need to go way forward. What's happening? My bedroom's falling apart. That seems a bit better. 5th of March 2811. Wow, that means it's my 800th birthday. I think until I've mastered this watch a bit more and return to 2022, I will stay here for a short while and let the watch cool down a bit. I like it here. Oh yeah, so there you have it. The Think Geek Flux Capacitor watch from 2014, nearly 800 years ago. Apart from the unpredictable time travelling, which can make you a bit giddy, I have to admit I really like this watch, as it is so unusual and unlike anything else in the collection. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy these videos and would like to see more watches, please hit the like key and perhaps even subscribe. You can see more of our watches at www.modestwatches.com, and you can see my website at www.harveyp.com. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.